All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk CV, your one and only YouTube platform where they give now back-to-back updates on how things they be or how things they shell for Biafraland and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also, remember to like and share this news. Yes. Okay, my people, the latest one with the boss brains at the moment, the latest one with the off people be say, yes, the Cameroonian government don't come. My people, this particular act where they don't make us understand. Say, these people have aligned with the Nigerian government to make sure that the Biafra movement, the Biafra Navy, anything concerning Biafra does not succeed. And that is why they have given them the instruction on what to do against the Biafra movement, against the Biafra Navy. At this point, yes, my people, I see the hot way now. So these people don't tell Nigeria, don't tell their own military. That is the Cameroonian government has ordered their own military to wipe out the Nigerian Navy. Wherever they see them, of course, along the shores and the rest of it, to wipe them out completely, flush them down, take everything that they have down, and that is the instruction that has been given to them. No matter what, it is a one big reason that these people have decided to use on the Biafra movement and the Biafra Navy. It just shows how far the Nigerian government would go to make sure that we do not move forward. As a matter of fact, aligning with the Cameroonian government to make sure that the Biafra Navy is wiped out is one big foul move that they've decided to take up on. Of course, in one way or another, they might have exchange ways where they would benefit themselves just to make sure that the Biafran Navy is wiped out, or the Biafran people are wiped out totally. And the one thing is sure, they are not stopping there. But the one thing we should also have in mind at the same time is that these people will not be able to wipe out the Biafran Navy. It is not possible. They will try, of course, they will try, but then it's not going to be possible. The face-off is going to be heavy. It's going to be a heavy gun battle, a heavy duel. But then what I am sure of is that it's not going to bring down the Biafran Navy. The Biafran Navy has come to stay, and no matter what these people try to do, it's not going to stop the effect of the Biafra Navy in the nation. One thing I am also very 100% sure of is that no matter what happens, no matter the situation of things at some point, it is not also nothing is going to make people not understand the full reasons why these things are happening right now. Of course, we've come to the extent whereby people are now really being sensitized and now understand what this Biafra cause, the Biafra battle, the Biafra movement is. And day by day, as the PMBLGIE Simon Ekpa Njoko keeps on putting in a hand in every single thing that looks like the upliftment of the Biafra movement or the upliftment of the Biafra freedom, you would come to understand that people get more enlightened and get to understand more how things truly are. And with all these things rounding up, with all these things being set up at the moment, it just lets you understand that we are going far and wide. And the fact that the set of people in the Cameroonian government are being very swayed, of course, by the Nigerian government to do their bidding, because of course it is their bidding, to do their bidding. It is not going to stop us from getting to where we want to get to. It's not even going to stop them from collecting woto from our Biafra Navy, because of course now we have the information is clear to everybody, and so the Biafra Navy would be surely ready to take them down whenever they decide to attack. No matter what, this movement is going to continue. Nothing is going to be able to stop the movement of this of our cause, and every single thing we've ever worked for would not end up in flames, would not end up in shame, because it's been a long time. It's been a long time we've wanted to make this kind of progress. It's been a long time we've always wanted to get to this extent that we are right now, making every single person think and ask what is happening. Why are the Biafrans suddenly making such development, such upgrade in such a short time is something that you would think of and be like, I never expected this to happen, but then it is happening. And he's against this, he's against that he's against this, that he's causing unrest in Southeast, he's doing this, he's doing that. Like, people, I just want you to know that it's not possible. None of it is even close to being possible because he is working tirelessly. The amount of people they send against him, the amount of people that have wanted his arrest, even the time when they succeeded one way or another, they said there was a rumor that he was arrested and then he was released, and everything that comes up, it all ends up to be a lie. It all ends up to be false. It all ends up not happening because this man is protected by the Finland government, and the Finland government is in support of everything he's doing. And I would like to tell you that even the Finland government would know they would not support anybody that would be causing unrest in another state, and they will not even let him stay in their country if they found out that, or if they know that this particular man, this is what he's doing. But they know the fight, they know the roots of every single thing, and so because of that, they are supporting him. This particular movement is not a movement that anyone can just wake up and do and go to a foreign state and stay. If you are that kind of person that you are doing that side of thing, be rest assured that the country would investigate you before allowing you to stay there, especially in a country like Finland. If a Finland country would investigate you to be sure that nothing of such is going on, or you're not causing any of such, that whatever you're doing is actually up to your right and is what you can rightfully do, which I am sure that they have done properly on him, and they have verified that this particular person is doing nothing, just like the Mazinam the Kano was doing absolutely nothing wrong but fighting for the movement. But of course, this particular thing is what they would use to sway people in Nigeria. They would use to sway Igbo people in Nigeria, make them think that he's the worst enemy of all, and say so many rubbish against him. I would even come up and say that if since he's outside the country, he should come back. Mazinam the Kano, the few times he came back to Nigeria, the very first time he came back, they arrested him. That was the first thing they did. And you expect him or anybody fighting for their freedom to come back to Nigeria? It's not possible. If we have a history of letting people that are fighting for their nation be in the country and be safe and every other thing without getting arrested, then the possibility of them coming back or staying or being protected in their state is there. But then any time that this set of people find themselves or get themselves in the country, they are arrested. Do you expect the PM, Simon Ekpa, not to learn from the previous things that has happened and decide to be in a state that would really, really protect him from anything that is going on? Of course, he has found that state, and that state or that country is Finland, and that is why he's with the Finnish government. And as well, it has ended up that the main president or the person in charge at this point has ended up to be a very close friend of his, close to his best friend. And they are all working towards everything that would make sure that the Biafra movement is something that actually works out at the end, and not just something that people would hear about and not know what is happening. But my people, what I am here to remind you of is that this movement is as real as anything should be. The movement that is being made by the PMBLGIE is one of the biggest and one of the most valued by the true Biafrans that know that the fight is real, and that if we stop fighting, the day we stop fighting is the day we start ending whatever it is we want for ourselves. And so this is what is expected of Biafrans, not to avoid, not to ignore, not to lay down or to forget whatever it is. You are expected to do the needful. Stand steadfast, be ready at any point in time, because you do not know what's next and what is going to happen next. And so you are expected to be strong, and do the needful. Every single thing. I don't believe there's anything you're passing through now that there's people in the past that fought for this particular freedom have not passed through, that did not pass through. There are those that went through the main civil war, and there was a war, a real war. And it so happened that at the end, since we are still in one Nigeria, you would call it the fact that we lost. But of course, we are going at it again, and we are going to win. We are hoping that the best would happen
in our coming off and doing the needful things that we need to do. And so, my people, it is one of the important things that we need to do with anything that concerns Biafra movement. And so that is what it is. So yes, my people, this is what we'll come to the end of this particular broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Thank you.